Hey guys, Marsegan here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so your boy finally got Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I had to go all the way to Pity. I'm not particularly happy about it, but we now have a copy of him, 55%. We are going to jump in and take a look and see how good he is with no dupes. I did the Rainbow private server showcase the other day, but interested to see how he's going to do at 55%. I do have a Rainbow guest friend, but I think he's like full level 1 Link, so that's interesting. We'll see how well he performs as well, I suppose. But yeah, this should be interesting to see at 55%. Because a lot of people were looking at the performance from this Goku, like that they showed on the live stream, or like even seeing him at Rainbow, like drenched in support. And a lot of people's concern was, but how good is he going to be if we just get the one copy? Because a lot of people, especially considering what's going on, you know, we've got the manga stuff coming out soon, which I know a lot of people are excited for, even if it's just for collection purposes. And obviously the anniversary not super far around the corner. People don't want to be spending tons of stones, so for a lot of people, even if they do summon, they are only going to have them at 55%. So we've also got a really bad starting rotation. Do this Kale and Caulifla have a Ki Blast super attack? I literally, because unfortunately doing the big problem with doing these things on like the real game is the fact that you have limited attempts per day. This is like the third time I've jumped into the stage because we didn't have a Daima Goku on the first turn. They do have a Ki Blast super, so if they super in slot 1, he will guaranteed nullify it, so I guess we could just put him in slot 1. So Goku, he's starting off at 315k defense. We got the entrance animation because we have a demonic power ally on the team, or 5 or more superclass allies, which we are running a full superclass team. That is really good because it means you can run him on other teams, right? Like Giant 8 power is going to be a fun one and stuff like that, because you know, it's going to be good to use him on these other teams, and you just have to run superclass allies, so that's going to be pretty good. He gets 250 stats 2 key, and then has crit, damage reduction, and dodge 44%. When attacking with the 12 key, we get 200% attack and defense, and he gives demonic power or Dragon Ball Seekers allies 40% attack and 20% defense for 2 turns. So having them both like on each rotation, that's a lot of extra support there already. We also get that when we use the active skill, which means he gets that buff start of turn, which is interesting. Then on the 4th turn, this is where he goes crazy, right? He then permanently has 300% extra attack, and on turn 4 specifically, or obviously if it's turn 4 or 5 if he's on the first rotation, whatever it is, he gets a 200% attack buff and a guaranteed crit on that turn as well. And then for Ki Blast supers, 70% chance to counter or guaranteed counter when it's the first time. So the first Ki Blast super attack he takes of any event, he guaranteed counters it, right? So we'll see how we get on here. They didn't super in slot 1 and he just dodged, so that's good. So we're at 17.8. Now bear in mind, we've got a couple of decent links here, like Saiyan Raw. We got attack support from Glorio in slot 3, decent bit of defense support from Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So then 18.8 is his secondary super. It's not crazy high, but again, he's 55%. Mine, his links are mostly like 2, 3. I think there's a couple of 4s in there. So I'm not expecting him to be dropping insane numbers straight away, because of course he does get that big buff from the 4th turn onwards. So we shouldn't be expecting like turn 1 for him to be going, you know, super crazy. Goku, of course, not dodging the super. Let's go. And then Glorio with the multi-turn support. So this is the thing, like on the 2nd turn, even if the friend was also 55%, the next Goku is also going to be in a slightly better position, right? Because this Goku has picked up his or done his attack or the active skill, whichever it's going to be that you do on the turn previous, which means 40% attack and 20% defense for the Goku on the next turn. And then of course, once he attacks, he's giving that support as well. We've got the multi-turn Glorio support active now as well. So the 2nd turn Goku is going to be in a much better position. Also, I didn't talk about his super attack effect. He does have a multi-turn raise for his attack and defense on super, which means that on the next time he comes around, his start of turn defense is going to be a lot higher because he's kept the buffs from the previous turn. So his super attack effect is raise attack and defense for 4 turns. So even if you float him off, he still keeps those buffs. I'm still a little bit unsure as to who the best options for like the slot 1 units for the Goku's team are though. So I mean, I'm trying out the Gohan here because obviously he won't be able to exchange into Goten and Trunks because we're not running any like youth units. But he can still work on a team with superclass allies and bond of parent and child allies. So this Goku, the Rainbow Friend, he's starting off the turn at 535k with the support and everything. So when he attacks, remember, he gets 200%. So his defense jumps up to 1.5 million, plus also the 20% he gets from his own support, and then the buffs from his own super attack effects as well. And then when you put that with the fact that he has 44% damage reduction, that's pretty good. So we'll see how we go here. Gohan, obviously, on the very first turn has a lot of extra damage reduction as well. I mean, 42 million for a turn 1 55% Gohan. Because remember, this team, one of the big things with Daima Goku's team is just the insane amount of support that all of these units are giving. And of course, Gohan is on the team because Gohans are on demonic power. So honestly, that's a really good attack stat for a turn 1 55% Gohan. And obviously, as we can't exchange into Goten and Trunks, we'll be using his active skill, which then gives him an even bigger buff going forwards. So maybe this Ink Gohan will be a decent support for this team. And then 31 million, like the friend one starting out at 31 million, that's pretty good. But again, that's with the previous Goku support, Glorio support, his own passive with his support, and we've got the Daima Piccolo in slot 3, who I did manage to pull 2 copies of. So he has a dupe and is probably like a must-run unit for this team. But I mean, yeah, this Goku, bearing in mind, of course, he is Rainbow, but low link levels, turn 1, dropping a couple of 30 million attack stats is pretty good. Unfortunately, Piccolo's not going to be able to kill these guys, even with like a double super. I mean, 18 million, I'll take that for like a floating slot 3 support unit, to be honest. He even got an additional normal, which could have been a 3rd super thanks to the hidden potential, so that's pretty good. So yeah, second turn, 55% Goku, 700k defense basically. I mean, it's 650, but 650k defense, that's pretty good. That's with Saiyan Raw, because this is how I would run the team, like usually, right? Having the Goku in slot 1. So if I do this, obviously it means I am going to lose out on Saiyan Raw. We're still at 647 though, which is pretty good, because I do want Goku to be able to super here so that we are getting that carryover to the next rotation. Obviously, he's only going to be able to get 1 super attack, and that's of course if he doesn't get supered in slot 1 and counter, which fortunately he didn't. So we still haven't wasted either of the Goku counters. So both the Gokus are going to be able to guaranteed counter. Slot 2, they don't have a Ki Blast super, sorry, phase 2. But in the final phase against Caulifla and Kale, Kale does have a Ki, Caulifla has a Ki Blast super, so that's going to be quite helpful. Because yeah, doesn't she have like she has like a scripted super attack as well, I think. I haven't learned this fight well enough to know like exactly where that is or anything, but yeah, so Gohan on the only problem with Gohan as a slot 1 on this team is the fact that obviously he needs to get a rainbow orb every time, otherwise his damage reduction is going to be very low. He gets a lot of attack, a lot of ki when he attacks as well, so you don't necessarily need to have a ton of ki for him. Like, he's going to get his 18 ki super here. We've got 16 ki, but where is his thing? Yeah, when there's another hybrid Saiyan or bond of parent and child, ki 7 and attack 250 when attacking. So he is going to go up to like 23 ki basically. So Goku, the Rainbow Friend, got a couple of supers on the previous turn. He's at 800k, so we can go ahead and use his active skill here, and then we're going to have the Glorio support as well. Now remember, when we use his active skill, that applies the support to the rotation as well, because it's when attacking or using the active skill. So Gohan's defense will actually go up some more here as well. The animations are so good for this unit, man. Like, I know he's just a TUR release. Obviously, he's still not like, you know, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta level, but damn, pretty good. So that puts him up to 2.2 million here. So remember, when he... actually, no, he's already got the 200%. I was going to say, imagine if he got 200% on top of that. That's with the 200% and the passive support. And then when he attacks, he still raises attack and defense with each of his attacks. And he has 44% damage reduction. Pretty good. And then, yeah, Gohan goes up to 469k here. So if we do this... I don't want an active skill with Glorio this early. Although watch the first attack of the turn be a super. Oh, they do get crits on all their attacks, which kind of sucks, actually. That might be a bit awkward for Gohan here. Yeah, 1.5 million. Okay, great. Okay, so we're back to the second phase now. I decided to sub in the Year 7 Super Saiyan 4s instead of the Gohan. I feel like they are a good option for certain events. The biggest problem is they're really only good in slot 1 on the first turn, where they have the 77% damage reduction. And then obviously after that, it can be a bit of an issue, right? So this is the turn 2 second appearance Goku. He supered 3 times on the first turn. So then using the active skill, he's at 1.5 million start of turn. I say start of turn, he's already got his attack buff. So, I mean, 1.5 million with 44% damage reduction is pretty good for a 55% unit. And obviously that defense is going to go up a little bit here as well now that we have Glorio like locked into slot 2. But yeah, Goku doing his job. I feel like Blue Goku probably is one of the better slot 1 options, if not the best slot 1 option for this team, because he also has the giving 60% extra defense with his super attack. So obviously Goku's defense has now jumped up. I believe it's just 60% of whatever they have when this Goku does his super, right? Which means that the 55% Daima Goku now has like 2.1 million defense. And is about to get his attacks off as well, which will give him the greatly raised. So by the time he's done a couple of supers here, he should be close to, if not at 3 million defense. So that 42 million as well for the active skill turn. That's not bad for 55%. Again, mostly level 2 and 3 links. I know when you've got like a rainbow friend and you've got like Saiyan Raw active and stuff like that, like the active skill turn, he can be hitting like 70 to 80 million, which is pretty crazy. And yeah, of course, remember, he does have the 44% chance to dodge. So even an attack that would potentially kill him, even with like 3 million defense and 44% damage reduction, he still has a 44% chance that he just takes no damage from those attacks at all anyway, which is pretty good. So yeah, I think 55%, like, he's obviously not anything super crazy, but I think for people who really like the idea of this unit and like they really want to summon, but they look at him and they think like, oh, I don't know if like, you know, 55%, is he going to be good enough? I think he's still pretty good. These guys super for 2.4, but they also guaranteed crit, which means even with guard, I feel like these guys get killed. So I think we have to go ahead and do this. But I can avoid getting supers. Like, I don't want to do... Oh, I thought there was only one red orb there. I don't want to do too much damage with the Azaru, because I want to have the turn play out like after this. So, of course, they're probably now going to not super. Oh, okay, they did. Okay. I was going to say they're not going to slot one super now that I've, like, completely prepared for it. But, come on, Super Saiyan 4 Goku. We all love this animation that we have to see every single time we use this guy, but, you know, come on now. Okay, so now we put these guys up to like 1.6 with the extra damage reduction now 10%. Plus, remember that Kale and Caulifla now can't super attack. So the problem is that, again, I think one of the big issues with Goku's design on a lot of these teams that he's on is probably going to end up being the fact that because he gets such a lot of benefit from supering in the turn and then carrying over those buffs from his super attack effect to the next turn, it means when you get turns where he doesn't actually get to attack, that's going to be really bad. And then obviously for like the Super Saiyan 4s, with their stacking, and especially because we want Gogeta to be as effective as possible, we want them to super attack here like multiple times as well. Now fortunately they're not going to do crazy damage, so Goku should still get a chance to attack, even if it is only once. But I think they've got enough HP here actually that Goku will be fine. So this is how we want the turn to play out. But if we'd started the turn with them on lower HP, or if I'd actually got the 18 key super in all 3 slots for the Azaru, then it'd be very possible that like Goku doesn't get to attack, and so then he doesn't get to carry over any key. It's the reason why I didn't use his active skill here either. So, but yeah, look at that. The friend's 70 million on this turn. And bear in mind, we have the Glorio support from the previous turn and the Goku support from the previous turn, but we don't have any actual attack support units on this turn. And since Goku's team can run a lot of support, there will absolutely be rotations where like juiced up, like Rainbow level 10 links with a support unit on this rotation, the units on the previous rotation. Like I could see this Daima Goku getting to 100 million with like the right units on the rotation with him, which is pretty crazy. Now, obviously, he's not a 55% unit, when it comes to the 55% Goku, like, he's still in an okay situation. Where does Caulifla super? Does she super in like the last slot? Or does she super? Is she going to super in slot 2? I think it's probably a decent enough slot for her. Let's use the active skill for Goku to super attack Kale here. Do a bit of damage. I want to see just how much damage like the Daima Goku could do to Caulifla. So I'm going to get you to attack Kale. And then, yeah, we'll switch to Caulifla here for Daima Goku. Do that. So, I mean, that's still good. For 55%, we're at 668k defense start of turn. So, if we put that into the calculator, 668, what's 639, plus 200% when he supers, goes up to 2 million. Then, obviously, there's 20% from his own passive and the multiple 30% raises. I think he's in a pretty decent spot, like, overall. Again, like at 55%, he's not crazy, but I think if you're someone who does really want him, you want his team, or you want him to run him with like giant 8 power and all that kind of stuff, I would say he is good enough that I wouldn't be put off. Like, he's not one of those units where it's like, oh yeah, he's cool, but at 55% he kind of sucks. So like, if you're only going to get one copy, like, don't bother. I don't think he's that kind of level. I think he is pretty solid for a 55% unit. I mean, again, we've got to have certain expectations for units with only one like copy, and especially not like max links or anything. But I think he's pretty good. Like 32.5, that's now with the permanent attack buff applied and without the maximum buff from like the turn 4 only. Plus he didn't get to super like multiple times in the previous turn. So yeah, for a level, you know, mid-level links, he's got no Saiyan Raw on this turn as well, which is like 25% extra attack. So I would say that that is still pretty good. And then he dodged. So again, if that was a situation where he was getting supered by a boss that would actually kill him with their super attack, he just dodged. So there's a lot of situations where he'll be perfectly fine. There are situations, of course, where he doesn't dodge that and he dies and you lose. But unfortunately, that is what it is. When it comes to characters that aren't tanks, because he is a damage dealer unit, like, that's just going to happen sometimes, unfortunately. So I think this turn we'll go ahead and fuse, because then we get the scouter here. And we can have a bit of an idea what's going on. Wow, Caulifla not supering. That's crazy. I kind of really wanted her to be supering so Goku could get a counter, because unfortunately Kale does not have a Ki Blast super attack, so we will not be able to counter her. So I guess we just try and get rid of Kale here so she doesn't kill Glorio. Go for broke and just try and get rid of Kale. So active skill with the friend Goku. See what he gets here. Did he attack a couple of times in the previous turn? I think so. 68 million crit. That puts him up to 1.7 here. I mean, yeah, there's no real reason to use Glorio's active skill here now either, is there, really? I guess we'll just grab those and then get those for you. Alright, so let's see how this turn plays out here. So we've got Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta slot 1, get a couple of attacks off, and then, yeah, hopefully Daima Goku puts in some work here. We've got a lot of support. We've got Saiyan Raw. Like, we got the nice link set here with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So I think we're probably in a pretty good spot in terms of just how much damage output we've got here. Gogeta coming in clutch with the crits as well. Additional normal with a crit. We're probably not going to kill her before Glorio gets attacked, to be fair, considering the amount of HP that she has. But let's see what the friend... Yeah, friend's at like 50 million here as well, which is pretty good. But yeah, I mean, even if we get a triple super here, all with crits, up to 52. Yeah, I think Daima Goku's cool. Like I say, I had to go all the way to Pity to get him, which I'm not particularly happy about, considering, like, you know, I would like to get the manga cards for the collection purposes, and I've literally got like 20 stones now or something. But considering he's going to lead all of the 4 Heroes Super Saiyan 4 EZAs, and like adult Super Saiyan 4 Goku's obviously going to come out sometime soon. Giant 8 Power is going to be such a crazy team. Like, this is just one of those units that they come along every now and then. where it's like, yeah, I just really want this unit. Like for me as a content creator, obviously I want to try and get all the units, but I can, if I have to, use the private server to do like videos for team builds and stuff. But this is just one of those units that, as someone who obviously plays and loves the game, like this is one of the units that I really wanted to have like on my account. So Glorio Dodge, yeah, let's go. That's our boy coming in clutch. There we go. Love to see that. Okay, so yeah, we're in a good spot here. I think we probably just kill you here potentially, and then super attack with Daima Goku. I guess we'll retarget onto Kale just in case. But yeah, this is another really good setup for this Daima Goku, because with the 55, even with the 55%, he's here with Super Saiyan 4 AGL Goku, who not only is giving him 70% extra defense, but also the extra 10% damage reduction. So he has 54% damage reduction, which obviously is very good. You know, I mean, it's still not insane. Like 54% damage reduction isn't the kind of thing units get, and then they're just tanking everything in the game. But that's the great thing about this Goku, is it's nice, a nice little bonus giving like characters that don't have any damage reduction, like 10%. It's quite nice. But for characters that have damage reduction already, having an extra 10% like can make a pretty significant difference in certain situations. So I do think that is very, very good. Imagine if Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku does something similar as well, and then you're running like double adult Super Saiyan 4 Gokus with this guy on the team as well. Like, that'd be nuts. But I guess we'll see. Is he going to finish off Kale here? I do really like his 12 key super as well. Oh, he didn't quite, but then we got the additional, which still wasn't enough. She's got like 1 HP, bruh. Oh, actually, he might die to this. Whoops. Oh, 2 million. Okay, well. Yeah, that's the thing. Super Saiyan 4 Goku is pretty good, but in the shorter events, like, he's not going to be tanking supers insanely well. But yeah, 55% Daima Goku. I think he's pretty good. Like I say, he's not the craziest unit in the world. I didn't put a sticker on him. Let's do that. He's not the craziest unit in the world, but like I say, if you were holding off on summoning because you think, like, you know, I'm only going to get 1 copy, 55% he's not going to be good enough, I think he's pretty good. So his sticker effect is pretty terrible though, but that's fine. It is what it is. His animations are super good, and that's what's important. So let me know what you guys think of Daima Goku down below. Did you pull him? Have you got just the 1 copy? What are your thoughts on him at 55%? Let me know in the comments. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.